that's the fight that everybody want to see.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Do you respect him as like when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so.
I understand it, but don't lie or cap to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said never heard nothing else back about it. So
right.
I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net.
Hey, great. Bud always been like that. Without the question, sour. You know what I'm saying?
You think there's anything left for him, Coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him fight.
I wouldn't do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. Hey, he looked at excellent.
Is there anybody?
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, Coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160.
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight?
I don't know that yet, but I'm saying in the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
Crawford no longer needs money, championship belts, or anything else to prove his greatness. He has already become the undisputed champion in 3 weight classes, defeated 2 of the biggest stars of his generation, and silenced every doubter. So why take a dangerous fight against Boots? The answer is simple: legacy. Crawford wants to retire as the greatest boxer of the modern era, not just ahead of Canelo or Spence, but above every fighter of his generation. Some people still argue that he never faced a young elite challenger at the peak of his career, and Boots is the perfect opponent to answer that criticism. If Bud defeats him, many fans and analysts believe it would strengthen his legacy even further and place him in the conversation with legends like Mayweather, Pacquiao, and Canelo.
Bud did amazing, he a legend, man, 3-time undisputed, you got to take his hat up to him. He went up 2 weight classes and dominated a legend, so my hat goes up to him and he's all respect.
Do you think Canelo is the same guy that he was before? You think he's completely falling off?
Canelo's Canelo, you know what I mean? Canelo's a legend, bro. You gotta, at the end of the day, whatever happened that fight, that don't diminish his career, his image. You feel me? I think right now, he's at that time where he took an L, but he ain't take an L, you know what I'm saying? He got paid and he a legend at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So if he want to walk over in the sunset right now, his name, his last name is in the cement, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the greatest Mexican fighters in the world.
I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but Crawford does have all the titles. You're a really big name. He's kind of in your way right now a little bit. Is that a fight where you're just like, me and him get it on for sure?
Not for sure. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? We don't duck no smoke. So, right now, I'm focused on my climax fight, you know what I'm saying? I got to put my head down, whatever happened my last fight is cool, but, that ain't dim my light at all, you know what I'm saying? I'm still a superstar, I'm still a star, I'm still the king of New York, man, I'm fly, I look good, I fight good, man, so, I'm excited.
Boots is in an ideal position right now. He is undefeated, young, powerful, and finally getting the recognition many believe he deserves. Still, he knows he needs one signature victory to take his career to the next level. A win over Crawford would instantly make him the biggest name in boxing. He wouldn't have to wait for more big fights. His status would change overnight. Unlike many challengers, Boots isn't calling out Crawford because he has no other option. He genuinely believes he has what it takes to beat him. Every great champion eventually faces a rising star from the next generation, and this could be that moment for Crawford. The biggest question is the age difference, with Crawford at 38 and Boots entering his prime at 28.
Better out of those 2, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, And Crawford
has the experience and has been tested against the best fighters in boxing, while Boots has stayed fresh and avoided the kind of punishment that comes from long, difficult battles. Although Boots has beaten quality opponents, he has yet to face a legendary name like Crawford. That contrast is what makes this matchup so exciting. Crawford has the experience, ring IQ, and proven success, while Boots has youth, speed, size, and confidence on his side. Boots has the skills to match Crawford's style, but Bud has the experience to take advantage of any mistake.
Get him in the fights, we've got to get him undisputed at 47. He can move up. I want to see him fight Terence Crawford. You know, I mean, that's a fight that's been talked about, and Terence will only take that fight if it's big enough. I'll back Jaron Boots Ennis against anybody. And what a joy to be.
No matter which side fans support, almost everyone agrees on one thing. This is the biggest and most exciting matchup in American boxing today. There are no excuses, no clear advantages, and no questions about either fighter's ability. It's simply two elite boxers at the peak of their careers with everything on the line.
Perfect weight for Boots is 160. I think he could go there now and be in his absolute prime. He'll be tight at 54 tomorrow. People think that when you move up in weight, all of a sudden it's easy. He's massive. He will 100% go to 168 at some point. So right there, you've got a 4-division championship. But I don't want him just to be a 4-division champion. I want him to be undisputed in those because I think he's the natural progressor to Terence Crawford. I think he's of the same kind of ability as Terence Crawford. And what Crawford's done is amazing because he was undisputed in 3 weight classes.
Yeah, you got to prove it in a ring.
Of course you have. It's very well me saying it. But you've got to prove it in a ring. But you've also, people know in boxing. So everyone's always known how good Crawford was. But it took him a long time to get the opportunities to prove it. We've got to make sure that we're not 36, 37, 38 when we're getting those opportunities. Because if Boots can get it at 29, 30, he's going to be around 34, 35. He lives a clean life. Do you know what I mean? I think this guy, I truly believe, I think he could be one of the all-time.
According to several insiders, the negotiations are becoming more serious. Boots promoter Eddie Hearn is strongly backing the fight. Netflix is reportedly interested in making it happen. Both teams are attracted by the massive financial offer, and Crawford has not dismissed the opportunity, keeping hopes alive that the matchup could become a reality.
Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. Now, obviously, we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights because Boots is the changing of the guard guy, and Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much.
This week, Boots made it clear that he's willing to face Crawford at whatever weight Bud chooses, showing that he's fully committed to making the fight happen. Crawford has also told reporters that he wants one final blockbuster fight before retiring. If this matchup becomes official, many believe it could be the biggest American boxing event since Mayweather vs. Pacquiao, with one major difference. Both fighters are still performing at an elite level. Now, the question is yours to answer. Who comes out on top? The experienced legend with unmatched timing, or the young rising star ready to take over boxing? Share your prediction in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Fight Field. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
And by the way, there's this brother coming up, Molly. His name is Boots Ennis. This brother's special. You don't want to go in the ring against after that beating. Molly, it was so bad. I swear to y'all, I am not exaggerating. You know how.
When reports revealed that Terence, Bud, Crawford, and Jaron Boots Ennis had finally started serious negotiations, the boxing world immediately took notice. This is no longer just a dream fight that fans debate online. It's closer than ever to becoming a reality. Ever since Crawford moved up to 160,
Boots Ennis is in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know, but we haven't seen him against any elite fighter. We've never seen him tested, so until then, you know, we just gonna keep saying, oh, Boots, 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 until he meet that fighter that's gonna test him.
Is that a fight that you would be interested in?
Nah, it just don't make sense right now in my career. Like I said, like, especially money-wise, don't nobody really know Boots, but I'm looking for bigger, better challenges like Canelo.
You're looking for the big ones.
Yeah.
The big fish.
Yeah.
Fish fry.
Definitely. Definitely. Them the guys I'm looking for.
That night, Crawford accomplished something rarely seen in modern boxing. He stunned the world without being the naturally bigger fighter, without relying on a weight advantage, catch-weight agreements, or tune-up fight. He stepped into the ring, faced the best boxer in the division, and defeated him in convincing fashion.
In Crawford, that would be one of the biggest fights in history, man. You know what I mean? When it comes to styles, they both have beautiful styles, man. You know what I mean? They both switch, and they both can do it all. You know what I mean? Crawford will fight you. He just showed everybody he'll fight you too. Boots will fight you inside and outside. When you got heart like that, that's what you do. And Crawford does the same thing.
After that victory, it became clear that Crawford had run out of meaningful opponents. He had already beaten Errol Spence, dominated one of the best Mexican fighters of the era, unified the titles at 140 pounds, ruled the 147-pound division, and then captured the top spot at 160.
Who they are cancel out each other as far as height. You know, they both switch hitters, lifts, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in a big stage against big fighters so many times. And also, with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like, look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He's ripped up, everything. He's strong. So I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So I gotta go with
This matchup has been talked about for years. Fans have been asking for Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis to fight ever since they were both competing at 147 pounds. In 2023, the IBF even ordered the bout, but it never became a reality. Some critics believed Crawford was avoiding a younger and more dangerous opponent.
Jaron Boots Ennis or Terence Bud Crawford. Jaron's shots seem to be more thumping and more like a whip, where they come out kind of wider. Jaron also twists his whole body behind each shot, gets a lot of leverage. Terence Bud Crawford's shots seem to be shorter, and he gets more of that shoulder snap. Terence Bud Crawford's punches are also placed very strategically. He uses his opponent's momentum against them and catches them coming in and has them leaning right into that shoulder shot. Remember, the punch going from point A to point B in the shortest distance is the goal that's trying to be achieved in all fighters. Mike Tyson made that an art. Boots and Bud both have a lot of knockouts, but who do you guys think hits harder between the two of them? Tell me in the...
Analysts began referring to Boots as the next version of Crawford, and promoters quickly started talking about the matchup again. The discussion reached another level when Eddie Hearn said there was only one realistic opponent who could truly test Crawford. Hearn challenged fans by asking what other fight they would rather see besides Boots versus Crawford. He pointed out that Boots is still in his prime, healthy, has not endured years of punishment, and is about 10 years younger than Crawford. His message was clear. If Bud wants the toughest challenge available, the fight has to be against Boots. For months, both fighters have been dropping hints that this showdown could happen. Boots has openly praised Crawford, calling him the face of boxing after his victory over Canelo and recognizing him as one of the greatest fighters of all time. At the same time, he has made it clear that he believes he has the skills, confidence, and talent to be the man who finally defeats Bud.
To them Floyd Mayweather?
To me, it is because he challenges himself. So for me, don't get me wrong, Floyd ain't no bad fighter. Floyd is a hell of a sharp fighter, but I ain't gonna say you're a better fighter. I'm gonna say I just can appreciate it more because he challenges himself. You understand me? Floyd never challenged himself. So if you tell me who I want to see, Floyd or Terence, I want to see Terence, because Terence gonna challenge himself. Floyd may be a better fighter because Floyd is slick and Floyd really can fight. People know I don't underestimate Floyd's boxing ability. Floyd has great boxing ability. Floyd is one of the best ever, but Floyd just...
Boots has said that Crawford is the biggest name in boxing right now, but his confidence suggests he believes that spotlight won't last forever. While showing respect, he has also made it clear that he sees himself as the fighter capable of taking Bud's place. Crawford, on the other hand, has responded with calm confidence. He has congratulated Boots after his victories, recognized his ability, and given him credit, all while staying composed and focused.
I beat this guy, it's his excuse, I beat this guy, he's too young or whatever. So I'm never really gonna give my full respect until afterwards. Yes, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative, like, man, y'all watching something great right now and we not appreciating it, and it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. We really didn't realize it until now, when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the #1 guy that's the face of boxing, and the way that I handled that, people like, oh man, something had to be wrong. Canelo had to be washed, or Canelo just wasn't in it. I see people saying, oh, Turkey paid for Canelo to lose, so I just think, when you that much better than the competition, people not going to give you credit until they sit down and look at it and just be like, man.
Whenever people asked Crawford if Boots could beat him, Bud would simply smile and reply, "Great things come to those who wait." His message was clear. He didn't believe Boots was ready yet. But after Crawford defeated Canelo, everything changed. Boots wasted no time calling him out, promoters began discussing massive financial figures, and television networks quietly started holding meetings to explore making the fight a reality.
Obviously we're here in Philadelphia, Boots Ennis, Eddie, a couple other people, called Boots the natural successor to Terence Crawford, and obviously I know your relationship with him. Do you feel that high on Boots as well, or?
Hell yeah, I think Boots is a hell of a fighter. I don't know about the natural sensation, whatever that is to Terence Crawford. I think Boots is his own fighter, Terence is his own fighter, but I think they both hell of a fighters. I've been around Boots for years, and he's the truth.
And last one for me, I'll let you go. Obviously, everyone's talking about a potential fight, you and Teofimo. Is there any updates to that? I mean, is that something that you are looking towards?
Yeah, that's the fight I want. So, ain't no updates. I don't speak business until the deal is done, so nothing to talk about.
As the excitement grew, respected names like Eddie Hearn, Tim Bradley, and Sean Porter all echoed the same opinion. This is the only meaningful fight left for Bud Crawford. So why are so many boxing experts calling Boots the new Crawford? They aren't making that comparison without reason. They believe his talent, style, and potential have earned him that recognition.
This is the guy to give Crawford trouble in there if they were ever to fight.
I think that'll be a great fight. The young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion, and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
Boots is one of the few fighters with a skill set that closely matches Crawford's. He can smoothly switch between orthodox and southpaw without losing effectiveness, land perfectly timed counterpunches, and throw shots that catch opponents by surprise. On top of that, he has advantages in size, youth, reach, and punching power, making him a serious threat to anyone he steps into the ring with.
That's a good fight. That's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. Probably at middleweight or something. That's like a vacant belt. That's definitely up there. That's definitely a big fight. Probably Shakur and Tank too, maybe. That's like right on the scene. But yeah, that's that. You might not be lying. That might be the biggest.
Boots also has something very few fighters possess at just 28 years old. An impressive level of experience, confidence, and composure that makes him look far more seasoned than his age suggests.
Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how.
One of Boots' biggest strengths is his patience, a quality rarely seen in fighters his age. That is what has made this matchup so exciting. Crawford is approaching the later stage of his career, while Boots is just entering his prime. The story has become clear. Boots represents the future of boxing, while Crawford stands as the fighter who has defined the current generation.